Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. Report reaching us right now is that Ebony is feeling the negative test of polygamy, something that she could never ever have thought that would happen to her. That things are really not going well with Ebony and the Ooni of Ife, as it is alleged and rumored and reported that Ebony has been in a very unhappy state, like for the last couple of months, as we are hearing that something happened recently. I think sometime last week, I got this information and I brought it to you. But apparently, I did not analyze it as best as I got it because I needed more detail. Now, they said that Ebony was so betrayed by the husband, the Ooni of Ife, right there in the UK. How did this betrayal happen? Now, we got a report that Ebony had come to Nigeria to clear her name because when this $180,000 scam happened, a lot of people started pointing fingers at her because it was the aunt who started it. And she didn't want it. She had to fly back to Nigeria to clear her name. And because of that, she was in Abuja to meet with the Ooni of Ife and Reverend Esther Ajay right there in Abuja. But things did not go well because the reason why she wanted that meeting was because she wanted Reverend Esther Ajay to be able to speak to Olori Naomi for her. But that is not what this is all about. They said Ebony was supposed to return back to the UK, and Ooni of Ife knew that Ebony was returning back to the UK. But they said Ooni was later to be in the UK because he had an event, and he went with Dr. Elizabeth. So what happened? They said from Ile-Ife to the UK, Ooni and Dr. Elizabeth, they flew the private jet, and Ebony went in the normal first class public flight. And so when she got to the UK and she found out that her husband was there, that she felt so bad. She felt so bad. But that is not the decoco of today because that information, that gist, I brought it last week. If you want to look at it, you can go. It's right there as we are hearing. Bear in mind that these are all alleged information. But what this is that they said Ooni of Ife owns a beautiful big house in a place that is called PrimeHill, right there in London. And is a serene environment that is meant for the rich people. You know, you must have some money to own a property there. But as we are hearing, they said that property belongs to the Ooni of Ife and Dr. Elizabeth, that they had to pull resources together to buy that property. So now, for those of you who will come and be saying, hey, Ooni has money, why will he be buying property with women? You need to know that Ooni is an entrepreneur. If we are saying maybe a property in PrimeHill is going to cost about £2 million, you do not expect an entrepreneur to cough out £2 million to buy a property. Ooni has a lot of investment, and do not forget that he has made it very clear that by the time he is 50, which is going to be in October, by the grace of God Almighty, God willing, we will celebrate that birthday together. And he said at 50, he wants to show a lot of projects that he has been working on. He wants them to be up and running. And remember, when a king like the Ooni of Ife is opening projects left, right, and center, he's not doing it because he wants the money. He is a businessman, we do, but we should look at the advantages this is bringing to the populace. You know, people who are in Nigeria, we know what is happening with employment or unemployment in Nigeria. So because of what he's doing, he's able to employ a lot of people. And so right now, they said that house in PrimeHills, that it was Ooni of Ife and Dr. Elizabeth that purchased that house together. And so when they go to UK, they can stay in that house. They say before now, Ooni never owned his own house in the UK. The reason is because he is not a king who believes in investing abroad. He believes in investing in Nigeria. And that's why you say he's into real estate, he's into hospitality, he's into, what do you call departmental stores, he's into health and all of that, okay? And so now, when Oni went to the UK, you do know that if you have been following the event of the Oni of Ife, you can see that Ebony and the Oni of Ife, they have not been as close as they used to be. And Ebony is always there in the UK, and Kabiesi is here. They said that at one point she proposed that she was going to sell her business because she's into food business in the UK, but she is an accountant in a reputable firm in the UK. As report has it, I am not living with them. These are all alleged, rumored, and speculated information making the rounds on social media. And I always say to Dela, right, whatever information you get on social media, you want to take it with a pinch of salt. So as we are hearing what is going on, they said when Oni got into the UK, that Ashley came to look for Ooni of Ife in that PrimeHills apartment, that Dr. Elizabeth did not allow Ashley to come in. There was this serious buzz between them. But Ashley got angry. This this is my husband. Yes, they said Ebony got angry that this is my husband. I have as much right as you have. You have no right to put me out. You are a co-wife like myself. You have no right to put me out. You have no right to stop me from seeing him. You have no right to stop me from being with him. So they said when Dr. Elizabeth asked her to go, that Kabiesi was indisposed, that she got really upset and she went back home. And when she went back home, she decided to put two suitcases together and move the suitcases, drove to the Prime Hill estate and wanted to come there and spend time with Kabiesi. And they said that was where the real buzz happened. They said that happened later in that evening because they said the entire day there was so much buzz. People were coming. As a matter of fact, the second time that very day that Ebony went there, they said Dr. Elizabeth had to let Ebony in because there were other people who were waiting to see Ebony. And Ebony was busy changing pleasantries with other people and all of that. And so Dr. Lizzie knew that should there be any altercation, these people were going to carry it, give it to bloggers and all of that. So she maintained her cool, and Ebony went in and waited and waited and waited. They say that evening that she was not able to see Kabiesi and she left. Then the next day, she brought her suitcases out, as we are hearing, and came into the Prime Hill estate and wanted to come and spend some time with her husband. And they said that was when the real wahala started. And that Dr. Lizzie said she can never, ever, not in her life will she spend time in that house. Not in her life will she spend time in that. If Kabiesi wants to spend time with Ebony, Kabiesi will have to go out and spend time with Ebony or take Ebony elsewhere. But in that property that belongs to both of them, Ebony has no right. That it was a matter of trespassing and all of that. And they said not only did she pull Ebony out, she threw Ebony suitcases, like slammed them on the floor, threw them out. And they said Ebony was crying the entire time. Ebony said she was going to press charges. Ebony said it was an assault on her. Ebony said all sort of and she cried and cried. And that was how she was so betrayed, because they said eventually Kabiesi came out. Yes, that is what we are hearing. If this information is true, because I do not live with these people, these are all alleged, rumored, and speculated information. That Kabiesi came out and Kabiesi told her to leave. That she felt so betrayed. That was the highest betrayal of a lifetime. And that is why they say whatever you sow, you get to reap. I'm going to bring you more update. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.